Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Deadeye, back at it again with yet another reaction video, man. We got Skip and Shannon react to Lakers trade package for Kyrie Irving revealed. I haven't heard much news about the specifics regarding the Kyrie Irving trade package and everything, so I'm really curious. I'm praying that the Lakers get Kyrie Irving, because that means LeBron's going to stay for a few more years, you know what I'm saying? He has to, that's his boy. So without further ado, let's get right into it, man.
Decision of your trip. LeBron James admitted, yeah, he's considering the idea of stepping away from basketball.
That'd be a great pick.
Some have
Great
thought,
pick. That'd be a great trade.
Is this
Great trade,
leverage
man.
to get the Lakers to make moves this offseason? Bleacher Report listed possible trade scenarios that might keep LeBron happy. One is the sign and trade that involves sending D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and a 2029 first rounder to Dallas for one Kyrie Irving. Shannon, would you like to see this happen?
Skip, I think something like this is
That's a
you have to
great
worry about
trade.
LeBron.
It's a great trade.
Obviously, you understand what Kyrie is. He's a phenomenal scorer of the basketball, can dance with
In
it,
NBA history.
can shoot the three,
One of the best
mid-range, can finish
scorers.
at the rim with either hand. Man has more English than Shakespeare. But, Skip, that's what got them in trouble. You remember when they had AD and LeBron and they had quality depth? They had quality depth, but somehow Rob Pelinka got seduced by, we need more stars.
Look at Shannon.
You got another star in Russ,
look at Skip,
but
man.
You lost all your depth. If you look at
Look at Skip. Look at Skip. He's trying so hard to not slander LeBron and the Lakers right now, bro. He's such a LeBron hater, bro. Oh my god. Oh man. Look at Skip trying to hold in his LeBron slander, man. You know half his notes are about LeBron slander. About slandering LeBron. You feel me?
another star in Russ, but you lost all your depth. If you look at Skip, look at the Phoenix Suns. What cost them? Devin Booker and KD was going haywire with the exception of Game 6.
Yep.
And they was losing these games because the depth of the bench. And you look at team, and he's like, why? Look, I get it. I get Kyrie. I get the infatuation with Kyrie because he'll get you 25, 30, 50
He wants to win, though.
And he makes it look easy
I respect
doing
it.
that. But at what cost, Skip?
Him and Bron would have
when
shipped
they
together,
they traded all their depth and got Russ. What happened? Missed the playoffs. Have Russ this year, trade Russ. What happened, Skip? Western Conference Finals, here they go. That's not an accident.
Nope.
I mean, people need to. That's not an accident. That happened.
Yeah. It just wasn't a good fit for
I like
Russ.
Kyrie,
That's all.
If it's me, I'm gonna resign Rui. I'm gonna resign.
Rui was going crazy in
and
the
I'm gonna
playoffs.
try to find some quality
So was
depth,
AR.
some shooters to put around AD and LeBron. That's what I would do.
Okay. Quick point of order. I'm not sure Rob Pelinka got.
You know what would be an underrated pickup? Who's flown under the radar, I think, due to injury? Is Joe Harris, man. He would thrive on the Lakers, man. Joe Harris, who's another NBA player who's a good shooter. Patty Mills, Duncan Robinson. They can somehow get any of those guys, man. That would help them so much. And they have a lot to trade. I mean, they have a lot to trade. Because they're actually a deep team. You know, they're one of the deepest teams in the league, I think, after that Russell Westbrook trade. And I think they have a lot to offer as far as trade value. You know what I'm saying? So if they can acquire more shooters, I definitely agree with Shannon here.
Seduced by Russ because both LeBron and AD were campaigning behind the scenes for Russ. I don't think Rob really wanted to deal with Russ.
They wanted a third superstar, and the best guy probably for the job would have been DeMar DeRozan, who was willing to take. They said on my podcast, he's willing to take less money to play alongside those two guys.
DeRozan would be a great pickup too.
Fit.
I believe he would have a better fit than Russ.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000 times. Because all of a sudden, thanks to LeBron and AD pushing for Russ, they got stuck with Russ. And I'm going to say it again. Rob Pelinka should have been executive of the year for getting out from
Just
under
because
Russ.
of that alone,
Yeah,
huh?
just that. That
For sure.
cleared the decks. It lifted the cloud. And all of a sudden, they took off because they added pieces that all fit. So to me, when we deal with these like fantasy basketball proposals, that's what they amount to me. All I care about is retain, retain, retain. Because I just watched 4 straight games in which you had 4 straight shots to win the game. Shannon, if you just win a couple of them, we're still going. We're having conversation here. Maybe it goes to game 7.
They just look, their lineup's awesome, right? Their lineup's awesome. They literally made it to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? They beat the reigning champs in the Golden State Warriors in 6 games. Really, really impressive. They had an amazing season. Nothing to hold their head down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna keep their coach. They're gonna keep their their manager. You know, they're gonna keep their staff intact. They just need to add a few more vets who can be relied upon in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Shannon. I think what they're missing is shooters, because that's what was killing them against the Nuggets. The Nuggets were splashing threes. MPJ, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray especially, Bruce Brown, KCP. I mean, those are 5 guys right there that were giving them buckets from the three-point line. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, they were getting out-rebounded too. So I think if they can add more size, if they can add especially more three-point shooters to their team who can be relied upon, like Joe Harris, Patty Mills, just very underrated guys who won't ask for a ton of money, right? So they'll be able to trade for rather easily. And it's not as risky of a trade, right? Because they don't have to give up as much as you would say Kyrie. And they help round out your team more. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely agree. I think this is a situation where they need to just find more depth rather than just going for a superstar. Even though Kyrie and LeBron have had success every single time they play together. They've been one of the winningest duos we've seen in the past decade, half decade, that they were together. I mean, they made things happen. The only thing that's questionable for me is Kyrie was the Russell Westbrook of the Mavericks. You know, even though he did score efficiently and he did do his thing, you know, he performed very, very well for them. They were a lock for the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they were the 12th seed by the end of the season once Kyrie joined the team. So I'm worried that he's going to do the same for the Lakers, and then LeBron's going to be like, all right, I should have retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that stings for us fans because we want to see him, you know, hopefully play with Bronny and hopefully Bryce makes it to the league too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be awesome. They're going to make history. And we all know LeBron has been a staple for the NBA for 2 decades. So, you know, no one wants to see LeBron go. You know what I'm saying? So I think just adding more depth is going to be a safer route. I agree with Shannon. It's a safer route, but I mean, the only reason the Kyrie trade is even getting hypothesized here is because of their chemistry together when they played together in the past on the Cavs. You know, they won a championship together. They held multiple top seeds together. You know, the combined win rate is probably insane. Very, very high percentage. So, who knows, man? This is a very tough situation for the Lakers if Kyrie is looking to reunite with Bron. Especially after what they saw with the Dallas Mavericks pretty much tanking when Kyrie joined. And I don't think tanking's the word, but y'all know what I mean. I mean, they dropped literally out of the play-in. So, like, that was just embarrassing. I mean, they have so much depth on the Mavericks too. Like, and Luka, I would have never expected, because Luka's always smiling. He's always so jolly, lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying? It's just so happy to be, you know, in the NBA. You can tell, and he's just living life. He's happy. He's living life. And then I see that he posts like, "Oh, I'm not happy here." You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not happy playing basketball right now. And I was like, damn, like something really has to be messed up in their organization. And they weren't winning at all. And you know Luka wants to win more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And he's helped the team win the go to the playoffs pretty much every single year that he's been with the Mavericks. So that really says something. That Kyrie, who's a supposed top 5 guard in the NBA, right? Some would say top 3, right? Would go as far as say top 3 as far as his offensive talent. Yeah, I mean, that's just scary to think of. That he was able to bring a franchise like that down that bad, you know what I'm saying? To the point where they couldn't even play in the play-in. You know, and that's going to be risky to try to make a trade with someone who recently has turned a franchise around the complete opposite way they expected. So, and, you know, he's probably going to demand a lot of money. We all know Kyrie. Even though I respect him as a person, as a player. just seeing last year, it's risky. It's a risky move for the Lakers. So I think the favorite thing, like Shannon said, is to build shooters around more depth, more experience in NBA veterans who've been there, done that in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Who have been experienced on being efficient in the playoffs, not scared to take the right shots, not scared of making the right shots. You know what I'm saying? Not afraid of putting the work in with LeBron, because we all know LeBron is like the hardest worker in the NBA. Him and Steph, man, they work so hard on their game, man. You can just tell. And guys who are willing to work around LeBron. I mean, LeBron works so hard, and if he's able to build more teammates that are NBA veterans who've been working hard their whole career and have that mental stability to be able to work extremely hard every given day in and day out, and haven't really necessarily been that injury prone, that's really gonna give the Lakers a chance to win a championship before LeBron retires. That's just my opinion, though.
Denver, you just have to close one of the deals, and yet remember, these guys hadn't played a lot of games together, right? What if you could retain what you have?
Right.
Basically, I'm talking about these core players, and I'm including Lonnie Walker in there.
Okay.
If you could retain Austin Reeves, no done deal because he's going to get a lot of money offered. You're going to have to match.
Yep.
Rui could be offered.
Those are
He's
two
just a free
locks.
agent,
They're
Lonnie
untouchables.
Walker, who I saw some anonymous quotes yesterday. People are speculating he's going to get a big contract offer. If you can figure out how to keep those,
He's deserved it.
Along with obviously.
What are you gonna do with Schroeder?
Okay, well, I still like him. I mean,
I like his aggression. Yeah, I like his tenacity.
More than a minimum deal.
Well, because once upon a time he turned down not max, but it
Yeah,
was
I mean, if he's able to do that again, that's really gonna help
Well,
him.
he ain't getting that back.
But who knows? Who knows if he's gonna want to do that again?
I'm just saying, if you can work some cap magic just to retain what you have is really good.
Right.
Does LeBron need some kind of cleanup surgery? I'm not sure, but if he does, I hope he gets it, and I hope he's revitalized, and I hope he's reinvigorated.
Yeah.
And AD is not an old man.
No.
He's in the heart of his prime. You've got all this right here at your fingertips. Just try to preserve
That's what I'm saying. You have a talented squad, man.
Darvingham was a rookie first-year coach. You don't think he learned a lot in his first year?
Of course he did, yeah.
Hey,
Did a heck of a job for a rookie first-year
run
coach,
it
man.
back.
Right.
Let's give him a training camp to figure everybody out.
Right.
Austin Reeves was just now coming into his own through these playoffs, and he was shooting 55% from three.
Unbelievable.
Okay, he's figured it out. Shannon, what if you go through a whole schedule? What if you can keep LeBron keep them all reasonably healthy?
Right.
Yeah.
Would I count you? Heck no.
Yeah.
You'd have a shot.
I think if we could hope to get 65 games out of LeBron.
Okay, that would work.
That would work. But
Yeah.
Skip, look at the Miami Heat. What do they have? They don't beat you with superstar talent. They beat you with depth.
Yeah.
I hope if he
You
has to
look
get
at
surgery,
LeBron, I
that
don't know if they beat you with depth.
it's a surgery
They
he
beat-
needs,
Yeah,
and
but I'm saying-
nothing
but
bad
they
happens. You know what I'm
lost most of
saying?
their-
But I'm saying, Skip, when you look at them, look at Strus, look at those guys,
Yeah.
Gabe Benson,
Okay.
look at the Caleb Martins, guys like that. They're not littered with superstars. They don't have 2-3 superstars. What I'm
No.
saying. You look at Boston. What did they do, Skip?
And if you don't understand the context behind what they're saying, and when I'm explaining from pretty much piggybacking off what they're saying, LeBron posted that he was basically, to an insider, I think Shams, the insider, he basically told social media, particularly Shams, that he was injured the entire playoffs and he may need surgery. So that's just the context. If y'all didn't hear about that, that's what they're talking about as far as LeBron's injury. He was injured pretty much the whole playoffs. So, and he might need surgery. So fingers crossed, man, that he has a successful surgery if he needs it, and that he comes back healthy for next season.
It's the Derek Whites, it's the Malcolm Brogdons. You got the two guys, and then you got they fill out the roster with a Grant Williams and those type of a guys, Skip. So you get 3 superstars, Skip. You're gonna have basically 10 minimum guys.
That's what you got to figure that out.
So
okay, is there a way to go find? I still think Malik Beasley is a good shooter.
He is.
The numbers say
But
he was.
but I gotta jump in and say, I think he can be a part of a trade package. I loved his productivity on the shooting end, but there were some sparks of inconsistency that, I was like, they need more firepower than that as far as shooters. I think he can definitely be part of a trade package to get a more reliable shooter, a more consistent shooter, a more efficient shooter. a more playoff ready shooter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying I feel like they can put him in a trade package to get a more reliable NBA veteran shooter. You know what I'm saying?
At 16 million?
Okay, I got you. And
he's getting paid
there's
16.
that
Come on, man.
phenomenon you always bring up. You bring him to LA out of Minnesota, and all of a sudden you put him on the Crip stage next to LeBron James,
yeah.
and he's doing this, right?
He's real shaky.
All right. So,
And let's go look at the Nuggets. It's Bruce Brown on a nightly basis. It was the
dogging
Michael
them.
Porter Jr.'s. It's
Dogging them.
Nah, I get it.
Michael Porter Jr. is my guy.
The King's ransom. Yeah. But I'm saying you need quality. You need depth now.
Well, their two new key pieces were Bruce Brown and KCP.
Yes.
Hey, they changed life for those guys. Sure, you got to have Joker and you got to have Jamal. You got now what?
Those are your defensive guys along with Aaron Gordon because Aaron Gordon normally takes the toughest matchup.
He does.
You can tell that the Nuggets are one step ahead and that the Lakers are trying to build a deep enough roster to match them for next season, at least at the very minimum. You know, everyone could tell that the Nuggets just had a more well-rounded, chemistry-oriented team as far as their depth. Everyone was in tune with every play. They're making all their shots at a very, very efficient clip. No one was really having a bad game. And whenever someone had, I wouldn't say bad game, but a lackluster game, like not what they would usually expect to put up, they had a deep enough roster to where other guys like Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Bruce Brown, right, Aaron Gordon, in that game forward, did really well. They have so many guys that can step up. You know what I'm saying? If a guy doesn't have the game that they expect, guys are always relied upon to step up for the Nuggets. So I think the Lakers need to try to analyze what advantages the Nuggets had over them and try to attain those for next season.
He's going to guard the KD.
That's exactly what they're
KCP
missing is
that
that reliability off
their
bench and their depth in their starting lineup.
He's a defensive guy, but now he's found a way to give you 10, 11 points a game offensively.
Okay.
I think that in lines with more what the Lakers.
We all know their defense is really good, the Lakers defense. So they just need more depth.
The throes of its sorrow over getting swept. Even though there were 4 close games, it never felt like it was embarrassing. It wasn't humiliating.
It was not.
You just lost 4 close games. But Laker Nation gets seduced by the prospect of Kyrie Irving.
Skip,
Kyrie Irving.
You know the people that's worn the purple and gold. I mean, the biggest name. I mean, of the top 10 players, you can make a case, Skip. 4 or 5 of them is worn purple and gold.
Agreed.
Magic, Kareem, LeBron, Wilt, Shaq, Kobe.
Kareem.
I mean,
I think you already said Kareem.
Purple and gold.
I agree.
And if you in Hollywood, you don't see any other place, any other arena that has any more stars than with that Laker game. You can go to Madison Square Garden. You can go to the Boston Garden. Hell, you go in the garden in your backyard. You ain't gonna find Jack Nicholson. You ain't gonna find Denzel and Eddie Murphy.
No.
And Adam Sandler. And who's who?
Michael B.
Yeah, but come on now.
Michael B, man. Shout out Michael B.
Stars like watching stars.
Okay, I get that. What happened when Kyrie left LeBron and went to Boston? And then what happened when that flamed out and Kyrie went to Brooklyn? What happened? Nothing good happened.
No.
What happened when Kyrie joined Luka? They busted together. Yeah. And it wasn't all Kyrie's fault. They just didn't fit.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Mark Cuban is stuck because he screwed up
he's
and
right.
let Jalen Brunson go to the Knicks. So now he has no choice but to do his damnedest, and it might be his damnedest, to do everything in his financial power to keep Kyrie.
He don't have to.
He has to.
And who knows? Kyrie might be just driving the price up.
Okay, well, he might.
He keep going to the Lakers game like, man, he might.
It's a tough call.
Have to just offer him the max.
Plus, he has his off-season place out here.
Yeah.
But where else is he going to go?
Right.
He's going to go to the Laker game because Jack's there and everybody's there, right? And he likes to see and be seen like all the rest of them.
This is a different time. I don't remember. That could have happened, but the superstar players, they normally commented. Like if Magic didn't make the playoffs, the finals, he would comment on Boston and whomever. Or Isaiah would do the same thing, or they get somebody. I don't remember superstars coming and sitting courtside and watching the players play like in the 70s, like in the 80s and the 90s.
True.
Or even 2000.
It just wasn't as prominent. You didn't see as many
This is
show
a new
up.
phenomenon, Skip.
Yeah, it is. They would watch.
Yes, they watch. But I'm saying, like courtside.
It just wasn't as
for most of them,
prominent
it'd be
back
too
then.
painful to do that, right?
I mean, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
He's been a lot of games. I see a lot of the guys showing up, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. It's just like damn,
Okay.
y'all really like the game.
All right, so I'm going to remind you, Kyrie has been very open about how he no longer prioritizes basketball.
Okay.
It's not his main passion in life.
Okay.
It's something he does because he's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gifted at it. Do you really want that? I'm going to give you this. If any other superstar could make it work with Kyrie, it's going to be this guy.
Well, yeah.
Because LeBron already made it work
Right.
with him, and I think I underestimated just how great that achievement was,
Yeah.
because I don't think it was any small task. Because now we hear the reports of Kyrie through the last couple of years in Cleveland with LeBron. He didn't speak to his teammates. He was aloof. He was distant. He was unto himself. Okay? It's hard.
And I think
they made it work.
It takes a special type of person to understand someone's idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
Because everybody's not outgoing, has a bubbly personality. Sometimes people react and deal with things a different way. Sometimes, hey, you come in here, you're happy. The next day you come in here, don't talk to me. LeBron, he dealt with all that. He can deal with it. He knows. And
He
I
can
think
deal with
that's what
anything,
makes him a
man.
really a great leader.
LeBron has literally
Is that
dealt
you
with
understand
every
what
single
makes each guy
situation, man.
tick, and then you work around that.
So is Mark Cuban really going to sit back and say, boy, I love this idea of a sign and trade? Yeah, give me that first. It's in 2029 because we've lost a first.
Guess what? And that'll be the only first you got, because Luka will be long gone by then. Luka ain't gonna keep sitting around much longer, Skip, with this losing.
Okay, I got it.
Great point.
But Mark Cuban's going to say,
Luka's
wait,
fed
I
up,
get
man.
what? I get D'Angelo Russell, who they're out on because
Yeah.
he failed in the playoffs.
How you gonna play with Luka?
He averaged like 7
Well,
points in
that's what I'm
playoffs. That's
asking you.
crazy.
If I'm Mark Cuban, I'm saying, seriously? You want me to do that?
But-
Would he take Hachimura? Sure he would.
Oh my God!
But
Any team
is
would
Hachimura
love to have
gonna
Hachimura.
Save
No,
Change life? No.
He's not saving Earth. He's not a super. He's not a superhero, Skip.
Okay, so I don't get that one. And then another proposal I saw on Bleacher Report was basically trade AD for Trae Young. That's basically what the package was. And I'm like, what? Why would the Lakers even
No,
fathom
Yeah.
doing
80's
that?
Who would bring that idea? Because you know both guys are clutch.
80's an untouchable. They're not gonna.
good
They're not.
point.
No
Yeah.
matter who they trade for, or whatever trades come in, saying, "Oh, I want AD." You know, other teams being like, "I want AD for and we're gonna give away our star player, this and that." They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. AD is too polished. He's too talented. He, like Shannon Skip said, he is in his prime, man. Like, he is. I mean, even though he was kind of inconsistent in this playoffs, he's proven in the past that he can help a team win. And that he is a double-double machine at the very least. You know what I'm saying? He can put up Wilt numbers. He can put up Kareem offensive numbers. Like, he's just and defensive. Wilt defensive numbers and Kareem defensive numbers, and flashes of a modern big man role. He's hit threes. He's hit mid ranges as well from the offensive side of the ball. He blocks shots left and right. He gets rebounds. You know what I mean? So he does everything and more that you want a big man to do, and he's in his prime. So I feel like there is no reason the Lakers will ever consider trading AD, especially since he's in his prime. So I definitely agree with them. It's a topic that doesn't really need to be elaborated upon unless they hear that the Lakers are considering trading AD, which will never be the case for a long time. Unless something really bad happens. But, yeah, that's a great point. But I think Hachimura brings a lot of trade value. But I honestly think you should extend Hachimura as one of the guys you're looking to keep in the offseason.
All right. So what? Why? How? Who? Where? Listen, I'm going to say it again. Trae Young is 5'11". He's a defensive liability. He has led the whole league in turnovers since he walked in the door and started playing NBA basketball.
Yes.
And last year he shot 33% from three.
Yeah,
It's
that's not that good.
horrible. You don't want to compound your issues. LeBron's not the greatest.
One thing about Trae Young, though, that I like is he knows how to find his open guys. He's always been a top assist guy in the league. He's always been able to find his guys. And I feel like if he is paired with LeBron, which won't happen, by the way, no matter what they try to give up for him, he is one of the best court vision point guards in today's NBA. And I know he didn't shoot that well from three last year, but I mean, I feel like he's one of those players that if he's on a winning team, you're going to see his numbers improve. You're going to see his stats improve. You're going to see his offense and defense improve. And we all know how lackluster his defense is. Like Skip said, he's only 5'11". He's very skinny. I give him like 6'1", though. He just looks way smaller than he actually is. And that's a huge problem. That's a huge liability, especially for a guard. You want them to be able to guard and switch, be able to guard 1 through 3, because, this is a very more pick and roll heavy game nowadays. So he needs to be able to switch on the bigger guys, shiftier guys, faster guys, slower guys, everything, every single dynamic that you want in perimeter defense, especially shooters. Closing out on shooters, he has a really rough time doing that because they can just most shooters can shoot over him. So it's not going to happen. But Trae Young isn't 100% unreliable. He's proven, he helped. I mean, people forget that he helped the Hawks win 2 games against the Celtics in the playoffs. They didn't get swept by the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? And they were widely agreed upon that, by analysts, betting odds, people like Jimmy High Roller, who we all watch, who is a stats god. He predicted them to win the championship this year, and they still have a chance. And the Hawks were able to bring him to 6 games. I mean, and a huge reason was Trae Young, and how he was able to produce. I feel like people underestimate his playoff dominance, with his regular season deficiencies that he presents. So I think I agree with them here, but at the same time, I need to defend Trae a little bit because they're going a little too hard on him right now. I think, he's still very, very young. He still has a lot to develop, but I think there's a lot of upside about him, and that's why the Hawks consider him an untouchable. He's not getting traded. He is their guy. So I feel like his potential and things he offers to the table exceeds his deficiencies, in my opinion. He's a very ball-dominant guard, so of course he's going to have a lot of turnovers. But I feel like, his passing, his IQ, his shot-making is very underrated, even though the stats disprove that. I think just overall in his career, he's proven that he's a very high IQ player and can dominate offensively. We just need to see if he can up his defense. He's just so tiny, you know what I'm saying? But he's a very, very skilled player. But like they're basically saying, I'm just defending Trae here because he does have so much upside. He's still so young. But I do agree with their ultimatum here that they're getting at, that it's just not going to happen. Trae's not going to go to any other team for a long time. So, and that's going to be his decision. It's not going to be the organization's decision, which shows how good of a player he is. He can be able to make that decision when his extension runs out. So.
3-point shoot. You want those 2 guys in your backcourt? Seriously?
I'm just trying to figure out who in their right mind would think.
He's also really fast. He'd help with fast breaks and stuff for the Lakers.
I don't know. And somehow Trae Young had surfaced as a possible that they had.
Just because he coming to the game with Rich Paul, that don't mean.
Yep. I don't see him. I don't see the fit. He is a very good passer, but he's not LeBron.
Yeah,
okay.
But you give up AD for Trae Young. So okay, well, who gonna play defense?
I don't know.
One.
He is. If he's not the best rim protector, he's one of.
Yes.
He's one of.
And even he done block the shot, he alters the shot.
He was a contender for
So he's gonna give me
DPOY
the same number
this
of
season.
points as Trae Young.
He is every year.
Give me more rebounds than Trae Young. Obviously not the assists, but the block shots and the intimidation.
It's going to go way down. That's what I'm saying. They can't lose their defensive dominance. The Lakers can't do that.
If your Lakers had lost 4 straight games by 20, an average of 20 a game, then I'd be having a different conversation.
Exactly.
I'd be totally with you right now.
Yeah.
You got problems. You need to blow it up and start over. That's not what happened.
No, they don't just blow it up.
Right? I mean, you crushed Memphis and you basically flexed your superiority.
Yeah,
over Golden
we
State.
did on Golden State. Let them know what's up.
Yeah, they just need a few more well-rounded players. That's all they need, man. They're so close. They're so close.
And don't come back, Golden State. Got some more for that. Got some more for you next year.
Well, I'm not sure they're going to come back as either.
There goes Skip. There goes Skip, man. I told y'all he was gonna get one in, man. He has been waiting all video to say something to slander the Lakers. Oh my God, Skip. You gotta at least give him credit where it's due, man. Like you can tell he's trying, but man, you can tell by his expression he was waiting to slander the Lakers, and he waited till the end of the video. Oh
over
my
there.
God.
Whatever's left of them, we're going to
And
beat them
let's-
too.
Okay.
Shannon, let's not forget,
Oh, man.
as this Lakers squad looks at their offseason moves, you've also got the number 17 and the number 47 draft picks.
We
True.
trading
in the
them.
upcoming
True.
We
draft.
trading them.
Trading those on?
Yeah, we trading them.
That's actually a really good point Shannon's making here as well. They can even, on top of, you know, trading some of their bench players and some of their depth, like they aforementioned, the certain players that they could trade, hypothetically speaking, they can also combine them with trade picks. I think that's also another huge factor for them because they're in win now mode. I think rebuilding mode is a couple years down the line. They still have a few years left where they can try to contend. Once LeBron retires, they're in rebuilding mode. So unless they get a superstar like Kyrie who wants to stay after LeBron, either retires or switches teams to play with Bronny or Bryce, whatever the case may be, which we're all waiting for. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little impatient, but man, that's gonna be insane. I cannot wait if that happens, man. That's gonna make history, man. But yeah, it's a great point Shannon just made, and I think that's gonna wrap it up, man. They're basically just summing it up at this point. I think trading those 2 picks that they have is a great idea, unless one of the players that they end up drafting, they're like, okay, he can help us win now. But it's hard to say as far as a rookie having to accommodate to to the NBA. It's a whole different field, man. It's the number 1 league in the world. So their style of play, rules, schemes, way different than college G League, international ball. You know what I'm saying? It's its own realm. So I mean, I feel like Shannon has a good point here. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it for this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so y'all don't miss another upload, another reaction video. You know what I'm saying? And comment down below if y'all want me to react to any videos, man, that y'all want me to react to. And it's been your boy, Mr. Deadeye, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.